soap is going to be a drop swirl using white, brown, and black. For the white, I'm using some winter white mica from Nurture soap. For the brown, I'm going to use instant coffee, and then for the black, I'm going to use activated charcoal. I'm also using Nature's Garden's Frankincense and Myrrh fragrance oil, which discolors to a kind of a medium brown color. So I will add that to the brown and black batters, but not to the white batter because I don't want it to discolor. Once the soap has been poured with the stripes running lengthwise, I'll plan to do the swipes through that soap with the handle of a wooden spoon, starting crosswise like this, with the stripes maybe 2 to 3 inches apart, and then follow that up with the same sort of stripes going lengthwise, and then finish by doing probably 3 rows of spirals with some extra swipes across the spirals just wherever it seems to need some extra stirring to make finer stripes or to break up a chunk of one color. My oils are at 97 degrees Fahrenheit. My log water is at 105 Fahrenheit. I have 4 teaspoons of sodium lactate in the lye water to harden the soap, get it out of the mold easier. So as usual, I'll bring this to an emulsion and then distribute it to the colors, which have been hydrated in a little bit of water, maybe a tablespoon piece. This recipe is 20% coconut, 40% lard, 20% olive oil, and 20% high oleic sunflower oil. So it should be very slow moving. And the Frankincense and Myrrh fragrance oil from Nature's Garden is said not to accelerate at all, even though it discolors. So hopefully I'll have a good long time to work on this, and don't really expect to need a terribly long time for this pattern. Coffee color is Cafe Bustelo brand instant, and as I think I said on a video once before where I used coffee, once you add the lye to it, it smells pretty terrible. It loses all of that nice coffee fragrance and smells kind of like burning garbage. I've only got 1 container of black, so I don't mind using a little more of it in that container. I'll still have less total black than I have brown or white. This is the fragrance oil. I'm just going to guess at the amounts to put in here. As I said before, I'm not going to use any of it in the white because I don't want it to discolor that white batter at all. And as expected, this batter is staying really liquid, so I'm going to stick blend it a bit more. So once again, I'm using the Brambleberry 18 bar mold. I'm just going to do some back and forth swirls on these. As you can see, that batter is still really thin. I'm liking this pattern the way it's pouring even before I stir it at all. That's all of the white. handle of a wooden spoon, which is much thicker than the chopstick or wooden dowel I normally would use. Make fairly wide swipes in this. Some spirals. It's getting a little muddy at this end. Here is the poured soap. I'm liking that swirl on it, I think. I am sorry that close-up camera went off before I did the swirls, so you can't see them happening. But here's what it looks like when they're finished. This soap is almost 24 hours old, and I've taken it out of the mold. I'm liking the way it turned out. These are top surfaces. They have not been planed at all. That's exactly the way they came out. And these are bottom surfaces that were against the mold floor. These are ends that were against the side of the mold. And then these are ends where the mold dividers were pushed in. And sides of bars that were against the side of the mold. And then sides that were against the mold dividers.